And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
Welcome back to the train ride from hell and the non-stop to nowhere. You are looking out the window. The signpost says, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah!
Okay, that is my favorite part of the show. And if I ever have another child, I'm going to name said child Fuck Yeah. So I can show up at your house and say, here's Emma. Oh, and here's Fuck Yeah.
Yeah!
I'm going to do that one more time. The signpost says, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah!
My name is Chris Burns. To my immediate left, my co-host,
Chris Lynch.
and the hit maker, the record breaker. He's got smiling grace, and you love his face. He'll make your back crack, your liver quiver. If you don't dig this mess, you're at the wrong address. And while all the other podcasters are laughing and joking, Big Herm's out front. Woo! Cooking and smoking. It is Big Herm Michael Herman.
What's up?
I figured after last week, giving Derek the Undertaker the big entrance, you deserved the big entrance too. You're laughing, but it's true. How's everybody doing this week?
Doing all right.
I got some sad news for all of you out there in podcast land. We just learned today.
It's so sad.
I don't know if I can go on,
I don't think we can either.
but we lost Dickfish.
The dickfish is gone.
He lived a good life.
He did.
He came to me at 3 years old. I've had him for 3 years.
You know how I know you're gay?
Why?
Because the Dickfish came to you when you were 3 years old.
3 years ago.
Today we ask you to take off your hats and bow your heads in honor of
Dickfish.
Of Dickfish McGee, who lived a good, healthy life here with Lynch, who may or may not have diddled him.
No. Nah.
Was that too much?
I think it was perfect.
Maybe just a bit. Just a little,
All
just a
right,
little
I'll
too
give
much.
myself the buzzer.
Cancel yourself, dude.
I'm banned from the show, but I can't be today because today we have from three sides of the coin the absolute number one Kiss podcast. He's also a realtor. He's a photographer. He hates the Green Bay Packers. He's a man of all trades. Tommy Sommers is going to come on and help us build a band. Update real quick. Talked to Joey Casada earlier today. He wants to come back in the next month or two once his schedule lays itself out. Wants to do the show. We are going to do a cross promotion where I will go on top 5 with Joey Casada and do an episode. Are you going to die?
No.
Please don't die.
I'm good.
That was quick. And then
Very early this week.
later on, before they hit the road, Nathan Hunt from Shaman's Harvest will be here to talk a little music with you guys. And he's also the whiskey drinking champion of the world. So beyond that, I know you, sir, wanted to talk about masks. So why don't you get your quick hit out of the way?
All right, so just scrolling through my news feed, my Facebook posts, about 10 minutes ago, I see that the governor wants to lift all restrictions on masks for children.
And that's the governor of Connecticut.
Correct.
Fuhrer Lamont.
Mr. Lamont.
Fuck him.
He wants to lift all the mandate on masks February 28th by this year. So I'd be interested to hear your personal feedback here in the studio with me and any of our fans, what you think and what your position is on that. I personally say if your kid has been vaccinated and had the booster, I mean we're literally at the bottom of this curve right now with the new variant, the Omicron. I think the kids have been conditioned enough in the last 2 years to understand as a third grader you can't lick your hands and smack each other around and kiss each other in the face.
It ain't like it was in the 80s.
Right. Well, not like how the three of us grew up.
Herm used to lick his finger and flick me in the back of the ear. That shit hurt.
And I understand the stress it puts educators under, and they're understaffed. Their au pairs are like, their paraprofessionals are like dropping like flies because they get sick, and then they can't show up to work to assist, especially with special education kids. And that's the hardest challenge. My very good friend's wife is a special educator in this school district, and it's rampant. You can't control what an 8 or 9 year old kid with special needs is going to do. And my personal viewpoint on that is that if you can't get the kid to just, I don't want to say conform, I want to say to understand the basis behind why we wear masks, maybe we leave that up to the levity of the teacher. However, if you have those exceptions where you have a kid that understands and just kind of like goes with the flow, look, Johnny, you need to sit at your desk. You can't go over here and, put your wet hands all over friggin' Wendy's desk, and you have to stay in your own space. Our community time is our community time. It's when we all do things together in a group. I don't know. You're going to get positives and negatives on both sides of this coin. I'm for it, with maybe the levity of certain teachers and certain programs within the school systems having the levity to say, well, I've had problems with little Johnny Rotten here throughout the entire COVID thing. Constantly taking his mask off, constantly not listening, and maybe we need to just reformulate a plan for him and how he interacts with the other children in the room. Flip side of that coin is, well, I mean, how your child acts in school is reflective of how your child acts at home. If you don't have a good firm grip of how your child acts at home, maybe, just maybe, your kid should be in school. Maybe this is a specific case for home education, tutors, online teaching. Chris is like biting his upper lip.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably know why, but I mean, I can't say that anything I just said is irrational or unreasonable.
I can't say that either. What I can say is that the COVID mortality rate amongst children 18 and younger in this country is 0.04%.
And that's part of the why that you have to take the teacher's consideration into the factors.
I certainly don't disagree with that. However, we talked about this in December when we had the COVID fallout episode. You don't get vaccinated to protect the people. You get vaccinated to protect yourself.
Yes.
Now, if you're in an age range where the COVID-19 virus is not going to cause you in 99.94% of the time, or if I'm doing my math right, any deadly harm, why are we masking the kids? Kids need, when they learn, to see facial expression and the way the mouth moves. You remember, you don't have any kids, Lynch, but Herm has 3. I have 1. I've been around my fair share of kids. And you hold a baby in front of your face and you talk to the baby and they see the way your mouth moves and they learn. There is now a steep curve in the last 2 years of kids between the ages of 2 and 5 who are behind the curve in learning because we're masking everybody.
Well, and you have to take into consideration the fact that they were homeschooled for how long? They were homeschooled for quite a long time. So
Correct.
You don't have that social interaction.
It's not the same as if, you know,
don't have the social interaction.
When my daughter was little, you got to see her when she was an uninteresting blob in diapers. Herm, unfortunately, saw her later when she was an uninteresting blob in pull-ups. So they learn by seeing, reacting, doing, moving, feeling. The masks and, dare I say, the Zoom video schooling doesn't help. It's not the same. You can sit a kid in front of a TV for hours and watch television. They're not going to learn a damn thing. It's that in-person, face-to-face. That's part of the way you learn. There's a lot of different ways, but that's part of it.
Well, it's all about personal interaction and learning social cues and learning nonverbal cues, which is huge with kids nowadays.
Sure.
Like you said, you can plop a kid in front of your Netflix or Disney and put Peppa Pig on for 9 hours a day.
They're not going to learn a fucking thing.
No, they're not going to learn a thing. I think it's important for kids to be socially interactive and to be socialized with peers of their same age, of their same capacity, and even maybe so people that are less capacity, so they understand. Okay, he doesn't respond well to this action. He doesn't respond well to this interaction that I'm presenting to him.
Am I smiling? Am I growling? Am I, like when you see a dog?
Do I just have like a nasty sneer on my face?
Right. When you see a dog, you can tell if a dog's friendly. Do they have their tongue out and they got the wide eyes, or are they showing their teeth?
And with their tail between their legs, and
Bingo.
they're doing
Or the hair on their back standing straight up like Mr. T's mohawk.
defensive posture.
Exactly.
You know, and 90% of learning is visual, and I'll always be 100% in agreement with that, because you don't. I'm a visual person, and I'm a tactile person. I can read a book and remember some information, but the act of me actually building something, doing something, that goes a lot further with me than just reading a book.
Sure, and you've known this about me for a long time. I could text you, I'm wearing shoes, and you can take that any way you want. But if I see you in person, you just look at me and go, I'm wearing shoes. I get it. It's the tone, it's the face, it's the inflection, it's everything that goes with it, which is why every woman in my life, from my daughter down to every ex I've ever had, doesn't understand that the little gimmick machine does not correctly convey what you're trying to say.
These little 5x3 bricks that we carry with.
Oh, by the way, you got a notification earlier when we were off air. Nicki Minaj has a new video she wants you to watch.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know how I know you're gay? Because you're getting Nicki Minaj notifications.
It's like TikTok or something. I don't fucking know.
You're on TikTok?
I only do it for
Here we go.
entertainment purposes only.
Oh, my God.
I don't post. I just read, I watch, and I laugh my ass off.
I got nothing.
It was probably Newsbreak, because I follow that a lot.
Okay, because
Only because
Newsbreak often reports Nicki Minaj videos.
Well, no, Newsbreak also reports often local news.
Okay, because Nicki Minaj recorded a video here in Oakdale, Connecticut.
Or locally.
Right.
Who knows? Fuck
Doesn't
you.
matter. I get what you're saying. Thank you to Führer Lamont, easy for me to say, for doing what you should have done a fucking year ago. You twat waffle.
Well, here's going to be the fallout from that, is that it's too little too late. You still have, like I said earlier, you have public schools with paraprofessionals that are out due to COVID sickness. They can't handle the class load. You have teachers that are out, and now you have substitute teachers trying to teach special needs and specialized courses to students that they don't know. They don't know these kids. They haven't been with them every day for the last 3 years of their career, because a lot of times special needs and special education kids stick with the same group of teachers throughout their elementary school until their junior high career.
Right.
So they know them. They know them like the back of their hand. They know how to handle them. And then you throw somebody else in the mix who throws their hands up and says, I have no idea what to do here, and I got no support.
Should have been trained better. Move on.
Well, it's not necessarily should have been trained better. It's just that substitute teachers are a special creature.
That is a good point.
You're a pinch hitter on a snow day that somebody doesn't feel like traveling 20 miles from their home to the school. You're a pinch hitter when you have the flu or your kid is sick and you have to go in and perform a function. You may know the kids just by sight, but you don't emotionally know these kids. You don't know what their needs are. You don't know how to cater to their sense of worth and their sense of how do I handle this situation.
No, that's fair. I'll buy it. You?
I'm good. We got off the topic of how the mask is story is.
Should have been done a year ago.
We're on substitute teachers and special ed kids now. We've pivoted.
You did see who was speaking, right?
We've pivoted like 342 degrees.
But a lot of what I said, it falls into that reasoning.
Wait, but yes.
To me personally.
It does.
Are you mad about the dickfish?
No.
Right.
No, I'm not.
I'm mad about the dickfish.
I'm not mad about the dickfish.
Right.
Not at all.
Well, you got Pendejo at home. You're good.
I'll draw a new one and put it in the tank.
Please do. Make it a veiny bastard.
Big triumph.
All right, so before we bring on our special guest, I want to take a few minutes. Lynch has an announcement he wants to make. And guys, pay attention. Listen good. We're going to give Lynch about a good 5 to 10 minutes before we take a break and bring our... Easy for me to say.
Come on, Chris.
I know
I'm usually the one that tongue-tied.
I'm verklempt today, and you know why. But
yeah, I'm sure.
Lynch, take it away.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, fans of the cast, people that I know, I'm taking a sabbatical, basically just from the cast, but from my life here in general in my own home. I have some issues and demons I have to deal with, And my wife and I, kind of come to blows about it. And we both feel that this is needed for me to deal with these problems and get myself at almost 50 years old, get back to be the person I was at 30. I'm having a very hard time with my depression, my anxiety, and other things, substance related, not pills. I'm not shooting up. You can draw a conclusion from there. And I think it's just fair to let everybody know that in the next 4 to 5 weeks, I won't be here. I will contribute as much as I can. I told Herman and Chris to continue on the cast, and they said your seat's always open. I'm going into this with a lot of support, mostly from these two and my wife. And to me, at first, I felt like I'm failing people in my life and that I'm letting them down. But at the end of the day, how I feel about myself is the most important way to feel, period. Because I can't do this without support, and I can't do this without that kind of encouragement. Again, I'll be doing a little video cast when I can, put it on the page, letting you know how I'm doing, how I feel. Basically giving you a slice of life as to what making yourself feel better feels like. And I've talked to two different counselors in the last 2 days from facilities, one in Florida, one here in Connecticut. And they gave me their personal cell phone numbers, and I've been texting them all day. They're like, we're both recovering, and we made the same step, and we're here with you every step of the way. If you have a question, I don't care if it's 2 a.m, 5 a.m, 3 p.m, text me. I'm available as a resource, and ask me questions, and tell me how you're feeling. I've been in one-on-one therapy, again, via video chat for the last several months, and I just don't think that's enough for me. I need to be held accountable for my actions. I need to be held accountable for some damage I've done in my life, and I want to make myself a better person, and I want to make myself happier. Something somebody said to me the other day is, you're not the same person you were 15 years ago. And that really tore me up, because I'm not. And I know that based upon reflecting on what I've done.
In a lot of cases, if you don't mind me interrupting, being the same person you were 15 years ago is a part of growth and is a part of life. But I see, to an extent, what they could have been saying.
What the basis behind that comment was that you're still a funny son of a bitch. You're still...
Well, that's debatable.
Fuck you.
Yes.
Not right now.
Herm, turn around.
You're still he did. You're still very approachable, and you're like the easiest guy to talk to ever. If I have a problem, I can always come to you. And the problem I see myself in is right now is that I take on everybody else's problems and forgo my own issues, and then I get depressed and anxious and just turn to vices that I shouldn't turn to. I want to be around for another 50.
And I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'll be dead before then, but, you know.
And I encourage anybody that's having issues with depression, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, alcoholism, any type of substance abuse, please reach out. These guys have been so supportive in 36 hours. I can't even tell you how awesome these guys are. And just before these two got here, they both texted me and said, "How you doing tonight? Are you okay?"
Do me a favor. Say that again.
What?
How supportive I am. How awesome I am. I just like hearing it.
Well, you are. I mean, we talked last night. We talked a little bit today. Mike reached out today. Unfortunately, again, I spent all morning on the fucking phone. But I'm saying from the bottom of my heart, my little black cold heart right here in the middle, that I appreciate both of your support and your even give a shit attitude about it.
Well, I always...
This is one thing in my life that I actually kind of derive joy from. And there's a lot of other factors that have gone in my life since 2014. I lost my dad, 2016, tumor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2018, lose my job, 20-year-long job, and then other bumps along the road. It's just, and I have applied fucking everywhere. And when I get told by Stop and Shop that I'm not qualified to be a fucking deli counter person,
That's a little sideways.
well, here's the thing.
You can't cut bologna?
When you're 50 years old, applying for a job that's entry-level skills, their fear is, he's going to be bored with these, he's just going to quit.
They don't know.
And I've had 2 interviews in the last 6 months that were honest in our email reply as to why they didn't select me. And I replied personally back to them and I said, I appreciate that input. I want to know why you didn't select me. Was it something I said? Is it a skill set that you think I would need more training on? Because I'm willing to get educated on how to do things. But I'm a pretty quick learner. You know, task me with anything, I'll get it done.
Well, hell, the older we get, the faster it takes us to learn things because as a kid, your mind is going in 16 different directions. Christ, I would dare say, put me in a job I started 20 years ago, I'd learn it in a week rather than the 4 weeks of training, quote unquote, that they gave you.
Yeah, 4 to 9 weeks that they give
right.
you. And you know, it to me, it's personally frustrating that I put myself out there and sorry, we moved along with another candidate. Sorry, we didn't select you.
Well, I think I speak for Herm on this. Before we take a break and go to Tommy Sommers from Three Sides of the Coin. By the way, listen to Three Sides of the Coin, Kiss
Great
podcast.
cast.
Even if you don't like Kiss, this week is a great episode. Larry Mazer, former manager of Kiss, who told Gene Simmons, knock it the fuck off, get out of Hollywood, get away from Liza Minnelli, and be a goddamn musician again. And it worked. I think I speak for Herm on this one, where you're not letting us down. You're not letting your wife down. The only person you let down was Dickfish, who I miss. And I don't know how I'm going to get over Dickfish.
Poor Dickfish.
I know. Like every week I sit here and he comes out and he says hello and the other little fish just kind of do their thing. None of them like me, but Dickfish loved us and we're going to miss him. But no, you're not letting anybody down. And like I said to you earlier today on the phone, and if you don't mind me bringing this out, I'm like,
go ahead.
I've always got your back, you know, and we may take different routes. As I told, you know, the listening world, when I was going through my shit 2 years ago, you basically cut me off for a month. I know why you did it. Let's not get into that again.
Right.
But, dude, I don't care. Anytime, night or day, you want to get to me, man. It's a better you and an alive you and a happy you is better than the alternative. So, yeah, you got my full support, my full backing, and I got your 6 no matter what, man.
Now, I'm going into this kind of like, I didn't sleep at all last night. And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm like, I know I'm doing the right thing, but then my mind races all the time, and I'm thinking about things. What the fuck?
Just have a drink.
Yeah, I
Michael
can't.
P.S. Herman.
Did I say something?
That's the whole fucking problem.
Okay, no,
Dude,
but
just have a drink. You'll sleep better.
I do kind of want to digress from this a little bit. I did have, and by my own admission, and you know this, I had a ridiculous drinking problem. And part of that was I was trying to drink pain away. And what I found in the last year or so is that, and Herm will tell you this because I'm probably around him more than we're all together.
Right.
Is that I finally know now where my limit is. I learned to control it. And I know that some people can't. I know that some people, 1 is not enough and 10 is never enough. I just know that however you do this, when you come out on the other side, we're all there for you, dude.
No, I
We're all there for you.
I really appreciate that. And that I thought it was fair to tell our, you know, we're just getting traction here, and that's what made me feel really bad when I made this decision yesterday. I was like, you know, if there's any one thing that I have to sacrifice, it's to make myself better.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I come back in 4 to 5 weeks, I want to be a better me than I was when we started this.
I'll drink to that. Wait.
Have a Coke and smile.
I got a Coke right here, and I'll
And a big
smile.
Y Cola.
Yes, see, I went both ways this time. And in the back of my car, I have Dr. Sparkle, which is the knockoff Dr. Pepper from Price Chopper.
Oh, I thought that was Dollar General.
No, I could take you out there. It's got this dude on it. Looks like Tyler Perry with a thinner
No,
face.
I think I've seen it.
Whereas the Mountain Dew knockoff from Price Chopper looks like Matt Walsh with a thinner face. And I love me some Matt Walsh.
Is that Dr. Lightning or something?
No, I don't know. The citrus blast or some bullshit like that.
Nice. So anyway, guys, that's my piece for the week. I love you all. Thank you for listening. And these two guys, from the bottom of my heart, love you both. And
We may or may not allow you back. That's a meeting we're going to have in about 3 weeks.
We'll talk about that post-break.
Yeah. So right now we're going to take a quick break. Some of us may have to pee. Some of us may not. When we come back, Tommy Sommers from Three Sides of the Coin is going to help us build a band. We'll be right back. Welcome back once again to the train ride from hell and the nonstop to nowhere. This is Dysfunction Junction. Easy for me to say. God damn it. I'm having trouble today, Lynch.
You have the Lynch syndrome.
You know what? I have to take over for you for 4 to 5 weeks. I got to do something. Jesus Christ. So in order to build a band, you have to have intelligent people join you in order to do it. I reached out to 2 musicians. They're both busy. They're doing their thing. They're going to be here in about a month or so. Who's the most intelligent human being I ever talked music with, other than you guys? It's the KISS podcaster, 1/3 of Three Sides of the Coin, master realtor. If you have to buy a house in Minnesota, he's your guy. Also a great photographer, and he hates the Green Bay Packers. It's Tommy Sommers from Three Sides of the Coin. Tommy, how you doing tonight, bud?
Welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank you. That was a very kind introduction, but I'm sure the moment you said intelligent music talk and then you said I was a KISS fan, that was pretty much done.
Yeah, we had 2 intelligent guys that were going to do it, but we couldn't get them, so we got you.
Listen to you.
It's like, you wanted the best. Well, they couldn't be here, so.
So we got you.
You want the best, you get the second best.
I hope when Joey listens to the show this week, he hates both Tommy and I.
Oh, of course.
All right. So the premise of this, all you fair listeners, and again, I'm gonna lift Tommy up. He likes a lot of really strange and eclectic music, as do I. And how Tommy and I became friends, I've listened to his podcast for years, but he would babble on about Cheap Trick, and I was just like, really? I can't fast forward this enough. Went and saw Cheap Trick, went on the Facebook Messenger machine. I was like, sir, I owe you an apology.
Oh, they're a completely different band if you see them live, bro.
Amazing.
Completely different band.
And it wasn't so long after that, Tommy and I started talking on a regular basis. So I like him. He likes me, so I think. And we'll go.
At least tolerates you.
Everybody tolerates me.
Everyone likes you as far as you know.
Exactly. At least that's what they tell me to my eyes. So, Herm, you want to lay this out to the people? We're going to start with Tommy on each pick.
We'll start with Tommy on each one. All right, so here's the deal. We've decided we're going to build a band, and each one of us is going to build a band. We're going to fill 5 normal spots and 2 auxiliaries. We're going to fill drums, bass guitar, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, singer, and then there's 2 auxiliary positions anybody can use to fill if they want. All right, so we're going to start with the drums, and with our first pick on drums, we'll go right to Tommy.
Butch Vig.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a good choice.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And the reason that I chose him is not only do I think he's an incredible musician, but he also is one hell of a producer. So he would have a lot of say in how the band sounded when it was recorded, which to me is a really big deal.
That's wild. That's
Excellent,
fantastic.
Excellent choice.
Because I think the Garbage records, when you compare them to so many others from the same time period, blow most other bands away. The production's just over the top. And I know it's not just Butch Vig, it's the rest of the guys also, but nonetheless, it's unbelievable.
We also have to look at Smashing Pumpkins, Green Day, Foo Fighters, Nirvana. His background is like, holy shit. This was the foundation of grunge and like bringing rock back.
Right. So for those of you that aren't familiar with him, or you're not familiar with Garbage, if you want to play along, what I would recommend is go to YouTube and type in "Garbage Bad Boyfriend."
Oh,
and
great
listen to
song.
that song.
Great song.
Yeah, and you'll totally, for those of you that don't know, will totally understand why I was saying what I was saying.
That's phenomenal.
Excellent.
As Herm would say, that's good shit right there.
That's good shit right there.
All right.
Well, you're probably going to have the odd picks, so.
No
All right,
worry.
So, all right. So Burns, what do you got for
All
a
right.
drummer?
Oh, God. When the rest of my band comes out, you're going to see that this band is all about frenetic energy. So who better than Keith Moon as a drummer?
All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I can buy it.
I love his energy. I just love he's all over the place, his motion, his sound, his energy, not so much a drug use, but he was really the foundation for what became the heavy metal drummer, him and John Bonham.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess that's you now, Lynch.
All right. So again, I told you it's an old school pick. Mm-hmm. Probably something you would never even think of. Buddy Rich.
I thought about that. God damn it.
Nice.
One of the best jazz drummers and just all around great musicians that he inspired me to want to be a drummer when I was a kid.
The minute you said old school, I'm like, if that motherfucker picks Buddy Rich.
That's what made me want to play drums when I was a kid. And unfortunately, my mom was like, no drums in my house, thank you. So I picked guitar.
Okay, well.
Just a great guy, a great mentor to other drummers, and his timing and signatures were fucking retarded.
Some of those fills were fantastic.
He would switch timing signatures in 20 seconds like 6 times. And it just incredible. And look at his kit. It's a very simple kit. Mm-hmm. You're not talking like a 20-piece fucking Neil Peart kit. You're talking about a 5-piece, maybe 6-piece. And he would make some fucking mean noise out of those drums.
Fantastic. Wow. And he was good on the Muppet Show.
Oh, of course.
Excellent on the Muppet Show.
All right, Herm.
All right. So I'm doing a funk band.
I figured.
So my drummer is Questlove.
Wow, nice.
We're going to start with Questlove.
Dude, I fucking love that guy. When I watch him on Fallon, he can throw any song at them, and they can fucking play it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Between that and him being being a producer, and I'm thinking that not just as a drummer, but his artistic ability,
his ear is amazing.
Will add to a group like in a way that just not a guy who normally just beats on skins will.
His ear is amazing, and he knows he can lead. Just him doing the beat, he can lead the rest of the band into following him. Get the bass going, get the guitar going, get a riff, and get the tone of the song moving.
Yep, that's
a great pick.
Kind of for the same reason that Tommy pulled Butch Vig for the production value.
Yeah.
Same reason I'm pulling Questlove.
That's a great pick, man.
Absolutely.
All right, so
when I was thinking about this, I'm looking at it from not just the members of their musical ability, but to your point, the other things that they bring to the group to make it successful.
No, that's a good point, because when I'm building my band here, I want frenetic energy. I want someone, if you were to go see this band live, you want to let yourself go and just lose your shit, whereas I think where you're going, Herm, is more dancing, funky, have a good time.
I'm looking for a band that the stadium is pretty much going to like dance for 2 hours.
Get out your seat and move your feet.
That's it. They're going to shake their ass for a couple hours.
And a lot of it is leadership too. You need that one or two key people to like establish that role as a leader in the band to kind of just like
Yes.
Get the momentum going.
When we get to the lead singer part is where that will all tie
Not
in.
me, because I want to know who's going to lead this merry band of miscreants that
all
I
right,
have on
so
my...
at this point, we're going to go on. We'll move on to the bassists. All right, we'll move on to the bass players. So, again, we're going to start with Tommy on this one. Bass player.
I'm going to choose Philip Schaus. For those of you that don't know who he is, Philip is the bass player in Ace Frehley's band.
Yep.
He also plays an Accept, and he's got to be one of the most gifted musicians that I've ever met in my life. Not only does he play the bass, he can play guitar, he can sing, and he's really good with song arrangement and he's also really good with just like being the leader of the band as far as the musical aspect of it. So I want someone who is the type of player who could literally play funk if you wanted, but he could also play metal.
Very
He
cool.
can play
Yep.
all genres. And so I'm figuring he would work well with Butch Vig.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent. Philip Schaus. All right. So, Lynch, bassist.
All right, so I'm going again through my frenetic type of musical qualities here. Flea.
Wow.
Okay.
Another guy who could play funk, he could play rock, he can play metal.
That's a great choice.
He is just
Flea is a good choice.
He's a well-rounded musician, and he has an ear, and he knows how to keep the energy up. I mean, there's not many guys in their musical career that can say they played in front of a live audience with socks on their cocks, and kept a straight face and did it like they fucking owned it.
I did it, but I got arrested.
That was called Prison.
Well, it's like Miley Cyrus can
It's
look
just that one time.
Miley Cyrus can lick her hammer in a music video. I go into Home Depot, I do that. It's inappropriate and not acceptable.
Understood.
But no, Flea is just like another ball of energy. And you got to think he's in his almost 60 now,
Yeah.
as is Anthony Kiedis and Chad, the drummer, who was like almost there.
That was like a 1A for you.
That was maybe a 2A
Okay.
pick for me because he's a great drummer. That band has been, Jesus Christ, so 85 that band was formed.
Give or take.
And they've gone through so many personnel changes. They've had Dave Navarro,
Frusciante.
John Frusciante, who unfortunately lost his life through drug addiction. And, the constant members have been Flea, Chad, and Anthony Kiedis. Now, a little known fact, Anthony Kiedis' father was an actor in the 70s and 80s. He actually appeared in Death Wish.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was exposed to this whole environment. So he had it kind of like the in, Anyway, that's my pick for bassist. I just think, again, that energetic leader of the band, kind of like, let's pump you up to get you fucking moving.
Nice. All right.
So, Chris, who's your bassist?
Oh, I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this. 5 letters, 1 word. Lemmy. I like the way he plays with the guitar versus he plays it like a guitar, the bass. If you've ever watched Lemmy, he's constantly strumming. He's not picking, he's strumming.
Yes.
He's going at it. He's just wild, frenetic energy. There's not even a slow Motorhead song is not a slow Motorhead song.
He has more of a John Entwistle way of playing.
Almost
bass.
made my list, by the way.
John Entwistle was from The Who and was like one of the first bassists that would actually play chords on their bass, as opposed, like you said, finger picking and just all over the fret. I cannot disagree with Lemmy as
So you see the correlation between Keith Moon as my drummer
Yes.
and Lemmy as my bassist.
Yeah, that's a great
Drugs.
Yes.
drugs and Jack Daniels.
Well, it's going to happen a couple times on my list.
Once or twice. All right, so it's to me for a bassist, and my bassist, nobody probably knows who this is. My bass guitarist is going to be Thundercat.
I used to watch that when I was a kid. When Lionel...
No, that's the Thundercats.
Oh, shit.
This is Thundercat. Amazing bassist. Also a solo artist and a producer. Again, does that whole... adds a bunch of things by just being the bassist.
The layers.
Yeah. Just more development of flavor. So there we go for that. So which means we've done what? We've done drums.
And
we've
bass.
done bass. All right.
He was in Suicidal Tendencies. Wasn't he?
Thundercat?
No.
No, that was Robert Trujillo.
Yes.
No, I'm looking up Thundercat bassist Stephen Lou Bruner, known as stage name Thundercat. Is he black?
Yeah.
That's him. He was in Suicidal
The
Tendencies.
dude with the Pittsburgh Pirates hat?
This dude right here.
That's him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he wasn't suicidal.
late Suicidal, not like
Yeah,
early.
not the
Yeah,
early
no, not
shit.
early. Like
Not Trujillo
No,
era.
no, at the end. Okay. All right, so we're moving on to rhythm guitar, and we're going back to Tommy first for that rhythm guitarist.
Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
wow.
because he just has this thing. It's an intangible thing. I can't tell you what it is, but I like the idea of having different people in the band that will be able to sing. He also can sing. So he's dual for me.
Wow. You're kind of going the same direction I'm going. I have 3 different guys in this group that could potentially sing and have sung on records, Lemmy being one of them. I'm just going to take over. My rhythm guitarist, I had to decide whose riffs do I want to be the lead and whose thick chunk do I want to be the rhythm. So my rhythm guitarist is going to be, to nobody's surprise, Mr. Zach Wilde from Black Label Society.
There you go.
Good choice.
Yeah, and when you listen to those records, even when he did that one record where he did all the guitars, all the bass, I think it was Hangover Music.
Yep.
And his rhythms were tight, but he's known as this, Shredalopolis, but his rhythms are really tight. And I think going in the direction I want to go with this band, that Zach is the perfect guy to play rhythm.
Nice.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right, so my turn with rhythm.
Yep.
You have no rhythm.
I got the beat.
Oh, here we go.
No, anyway, Tony Iommi.
Nice.
So you're looking at a dual-purpose guy. He could fill in on the leads when he had to, but you're looking at a 4-piece band, a quartet that you would think would be like 8 people when you heard them on the album or heard them live. He could interchange himself from being the lead player to the rhythm player, and the way he and his bassist would counteract with each other was just fucking amazing. And I actually got to see the original lineup of Black Sabbath how many ever years ago at Ozfest.
It was 2000. Wait.
Yeah,
2000.
2001 at Ozfest on their 9th farewell tour.
Yeah, well, it's like Kiss, but different.
He falls in line with the lead player, he falls in line with the drums and the bass, and he's just and he's overcoming a handicap. He's missing part of his finger that he puts a little cap on,
which adds to the thickness of the sound.
And it's that chunky fucking guttural sound. So you see where I'm going with my band. It's a big, bold, arena crusher.
All right.
That you would be willing to go see, pay $100 to go see.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
All right, there, P-Funk. What do you got?
For my rhythm guitarist, Nile Rodgers.
Okay.
What
else can you say?
What else? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, pick me a record that he played on that you don't remember the
licks,
the backup riff and the line that he dropped. I mean, I don't like Madonna, but the riff that Niall laid down on that guitar riff is I don't even have to play the song. I just have to play the riff, and you know what it is.
I'll still never forgive him for Was Not Was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that he hasn't worked with some kooky and some funky establishments, but his work is solid and on point, and everything he touches, that it's just a beautiful line.
But again, he comes from a producing background as well. He produced he has produced a lot of funk albums. And
why don't you all shut up and let Tommy talk?
His ear is fucking perfect.
No, I'm just listening, you guys. I think it's really interesting.
I just want to get you in on this somehow.
Yeah, I'm jumping in. It's just the thing you have to understand is there's a lot of the people that you're bringing up. I'm not that familiar with, so I can't say all that much about them one way or another.
Understood.
I mean, I know who Lemmy is, and I know who Niles Rodgers is. I know several different people, but a lot of them I don't know.
Okay, fair. I'll buy it.
All right, so we go from there. We're going to lead guitar now.
Yep.
All right, so and back to Tommy. First spot, lead guitarist in your Build-A-Band.
John 5.
Wow!
Nice. That's a great pick.
Yeah, well, thank you. The reason is because he's a super nice guy, number one. Not that should matter, but he just is. But there's nothing he can't play. So I figure no matter what kind of music this band ends up making, whether it be pop or metal or whatever it is, the guy can play it.
Absolutely.
Good call. Good call.
The first
can
time
agree
I
with
ever heard
that.
John 5 was on the Rob Halford 2 record, which was a hunk of junk, but John 5, his playing was phenomenal. He's gone on to play with just about everybody.
Manson,
Marilyn Manson,
Zombie.
Yeah, you're killing me right now because you're exactly right. And he did some session work with a famous pop star not too long ago.
Probably. I don't keep up on that sort of thing, but
reading in my little Google machine.
I was going to say, go to the Google machine, see what it says.
David Lee Roth for a short period.
Yep.
Manson, Zombie, Loser.
Oh, wow.
Skinnerd. He was a fill-in tour guitarist. I remember that.
Rock.
Yep.
Yep. Meatloaf.
Wow.
Katie Lang.
That's the one.
I mean, how can you be more eclectic? Then there's Rod Stewart and LA Rats.
Right.
So you're going from consumable pop music to fucking obscure
To
metal.
Marilyn Manson and his fake boobs.
Whatever. No, he's a great pick. He wasn't even on my radar when I was thinking about it.
Unbelievable. Great pick, Tommy.
Thank you.
Where you want to go next, Arm?
Lynch.
Guitarist lead,
Yep.
Joe Satriani.
Nice.
Good call.
Amazing.
A great technical musician. He can sing, even though Flying on a Blue Dream wasn't the greatest album in the world. He can sing. His leads are fucking phenomenal. Now, I want to preface this by saying I've seen each and every one of these people in concert except for Buddy Rich. So I know what they bring to a show. Didn't you want to? It was Brisson and I went to see Chickenfoot with Satriani.
No, we went and saw that show.
Was it you and me?
Yeah.
At Chickenfoot. It was
At Mohegan Sun Arena.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's him,
Michael Anthony,
Satriani,
and the Chili Peppers guy.
yeah, Chad.
Thank you. Will Ferrell.
I stayed in the Buddy Rich room at the Carlton Arms in New York City, if that counts for anything.
That makes a lot of.
Well, there you go.
Next time you're there, see if you can get in the Sid Vicious room.
I watched a lot of
Okay.
I watched a lot of Buddy Rich videos growing up because my dad was a big Buddy Rich fan, and my dad had
He's amazing.
he had a very eclectic music taste, and that's where I get it from. But yeah, I think Satriani is just holy shit.
And he's smooth. It doesn't sound like he's like killing it. He just smooth.
So to digress a little bit, I found a video of Yngwie Malmsteen the other night.
Christ.
Again, technically, a great guitarist, but he's so fucking over the top. And it's like, look at what I can do. Look at the show I can bring you. There's no like soul in his music.
Exactly.
Satriani brings soul. Every time he plays Flying on a Blue Dream or
Surfing with the Alien.
Surfing with the Alien, Summer Song.
Summer Song.
Summer Song is one of his greatest instrumentals.
Satch Boogie.
Satch Boogie. And every time you hear it, it's a little different depending on his mood and depending how he feels at the moment. And he's just holy shit. Again, another guy that drove me to play guitar when I was young. Because you know what? If I could play like that, I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys, to be honest.
You'd probably be dead of a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's my turn. Frenetic Energy. Man, I'm going to go right back to, might as well name my band Frenetic Energy, because my favorite guitar player of all time has to make my band that I'm building Dimebag Darrell Abbott.
That's a great pick.
All right.
Love his leads.
All right.
They're thick, they're crunchy, but they're also melodic. So you can lose yourself in a Dimebag solo, so much so that after he passed and Vinny gave some unreleased riffs to Nickelback, they made what I consider a decent Nickelback song, even though they suck. They made a great song out of it.
Well, and you take a song like This Love, that quiet point in the beginning.
The whining.
Yeah, and just the like slow burn and slow impact to I'm going to kick your fucking teeth in here in about 2 seconds.
The opening 30 seconds to Cowboys from Hell is where I'm going to leave it on the table.
Oh, that's, again, another guy that I admired very much. The whole band. The drummer, I think, is an incredible drummer. He is like a big dude, puts his heart into it, and by the end of the show, he is just soaked in sweat. His shirt is fucking like dripping, and he's just like, I'm ready to do it again. Yeah. I want to make you guys fucking happy.
I almost picked Peter Criss on my drummer list, but I want somebody who actually play. I know
shit.
if Tommy brings that back to Mark, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he will rip you for that.
All right, Herm, you're on the hook.
All right, so my lead guitarist is Prince.
Nice. Minnesota boy, just like our guest.
My lead guitarist is Prince.
There's not much you have to say.
No, and just Prince, just one word.
Thunder.
Yeah, just musical ability and just all of it. Boom, a package.
He
Boom.
came up a couple weeks ago in our podcast, and Mike and I had the same discussion. He's just like one of the most well-rounded musicians on the planet. God bless his soul. Very, very missed, and it's a Prince song whether he sang it or not, just based upon how it was written.
The musicality, yeah.
Musicality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, he was also an incredible guitar player as well. I mean, just
very underrated. Very underrated.
I used to go see him a lot back in the early days before Purple Rain hit. Go down to First Avenue and stuff, and he would go into these guitar solos that were just unbelievable. And I'm thinking to myself, watching this, why are you not in a rock band? Because he was that good. You
could put him in any band that you want, whether it's rock, metal, jazz. He covered it all.
Yep, I would agree with that.
He could have been what Vinnie Vincent should have been in Kiss.
I don't know about that.
Well, they're all 6'3". Prince is 5'5".
That's like saying that the Atlanta Falcons are going to win the Super Bowl.
I say that every year, and it never comes true.
He does.
Right.
And it
this
doesn't.
is another one that's not true.
You see how he rubs it in like that?
Heard, rubbing it in.
Oh, my Lord. What's next on the docket?
All right, so next spot is our lead singer. And we're going back to Tommy on that. Who's your lead singer?
I don't have one. I'm going to use it in a flex position.
Ooh, he stole my fucking move.
Nice.
Interesting.
All right.
Sorry.
No.
Sheryl Crow.
All right.
All right. So no lead singer, but that fills a flex position.
Yeah, because if I have a lead singer, it takes away from Charlie Starr and it takes away from Sheryl Crow and the next person I'm going to name. Whereas if a strict lead singer is not there, it opens up the variety for the songs.
I like him a lot.
I told you would.
When you hear because when you hear what I have to say, I like him.
Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. You're here for the bread and cheese.
I'm only here for the buffet.
Right.
All right, so Sheryl Crow is the flex position. All right. So we'll go to Chris.
All right. Okay. See, Tommy kind of stole my thunder on this one too, because my lead singer and one of my flex positions work in tandem. But my lead singer is Michael Paulson from Volbeat.
All right.
Deep, throaty.
Yep.
He'll go with the frenetic energy. I'm not a huge Volbeat fan, but when you hear his voice, you're kind of locked in. It makes you listen more.
Yeah. I just saw them the other night. They were amazing.
I saw some of those pictures with Ghost, correct?
Yes, I just haven't gotten around to doing the Volbeat stuff yet.
Okay. Guys, if you ever want to check this out, do you have a page for your photography, Tommy?
Yeah, I have a website, but you can just follow me on Facebook. You just come onto my Facebook page.
There you go,
That's
Tommy
where I usually
Sommers.
post stuff. Yeah.
Some of his pictures are phenomenal. Actually, all of them. Who am I kidding? He had a picture of me up there from the beaches of Mexico. It was disgusting. I looked like a melted candle. It was terrible.
Yo, waxy butt.
But yeah, the reason I went with Michael Paulson versus, say, a Dio or a Sammy Hagar or a Don Dokken, I wanted that deep throaty, so that when my first flex comes in, you'll understand why that happens. So, Lynch, you're up.
All right, so this is one of them is a flex. Kinda, but I'm just gonna cut one and go for broke and say Ian Astbury from the Cult.
Wow!
Oh, nice.
I was just listening to Firewoman earlier today. Wow!
So you see my theme here. It's like arena rock, big production, high energy.
Yep.
And I've had the opportunity and the privilege of seeing the Cult several times from high school, junior high through college, and every show I saw was fucking phenomenal.
They were around in the 40s when you were in junior high school?
Fuck you. First time I saw them was 1985.
You were 40.
I was like 13 or 14, dude.
Whatever. Moving right along.
All right, so now we're up to me then.
Now we got to play the whole flex position bullshit.
Okay, so, all right, so given that my band is Questlove, who can do backup vocals and sing, Thundercat, who can sing, Nile Rodgers, who can do backup, and Prince was
Prince?
my guitarist. So Prince was technically supposed to kind of be. My band has no lead singer.
You set these parameters, and now you're fucking us all.
No, I'm not. My band has no lead singer. Given the talent that I have in the band, I felt the same way. A lead singer would detract from the fact that it's a group of really amazing talent, not just a band trying to break out. I'm creating a band with already known. So the lead singer pulls away the light from my. So I'm going with no lead singer, all right, and I'm reserving the spot to another allocation. All right, so I'm going to take my lead singer spot. I'm going to take one of my flex positions, and I'm adding a two-person horn section to the funk band.
This is a lot. This must be what it's like working with Mark Cicchini, who breaks his own rules as he goes along. Am I right, Tommy Sommers?
Yes, totally. But it's interesting because the picks are really cool. I'm learning a lot tonight.
Like, I'm going to drop the lead singer and totally add in a horn section.
Can you just get to the fucking pick, please?
Oh, okay, that's it. I did. There is no pick. I added it in as a horn section. So my lead singer then is the horn section, I guess. There you go, Chris.
Do you have horn players in mind?
Yeah, really.
No, just two fucking session dudes. That's all I need.
You could have at least said Clarence Clemens or somebody like that.
He was on the list for saxophone.
I quit.
But it's a two-man horn section.
Well, you could also take
that it can roll in and out. I'll bring Kenny G in this motherfucker. I don't care.
You could also take two picks out of Billy Joel's horn section.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just need two horn players on a rotation.
All right, so your pick is the horn section.
I'll be like, they can be like Mark St. John for half a tour. Fuck off.
Listen to you. Dude who only knows about Kiss through Phantom of the Park is going to throw Mark St. John reference out there.
You can be. They'll be like Mark St. John. They're not really there, but they filled a tour date.
I quit. There's nothing else. I can't go anywhere beyond that. Just throw it to Tommy. We got flex positions to fill.
All right, Tommy, we got flex positions to fill. What's your last flex position?
Well, he's got two, doesn't he?
No, I do, but technically I do because I didn't pick a lead singer, but I only have one more person to add to this group because I don't want it to get too cluttered.
Okay.
My last pick would be Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
God bless you, my friend.
When she does the whole slow lip thing.
Could you put that away, please?
I'll put it away.
Here's the reason why. Because some people will think this is crazy. I love rock. I love metal. I love pop. I love country. There's all kinds of genres I like. And my first thought was a hard rock band, an arena band, that kind of thing. But then when I started thinking about it, it ended up being more like a Fleetwood Mac kind of thing, where you have Charlie Starr will sing, Sheryl Crow will sing, Susanna Hoff will sing. They all can play instruments, so they can all add to the sound of the actual
Right. Like
performance.
they picked the best vocalist out of the four of them for that one song, and then the next song gets a total new set of being reconsidered. Who's the best vocalist for the quality and what we want for that song?
Bingo. And so I'm thinking about a record full of just amazing songs that I can listen to over and over again. And when you go see them live, you're blown away at the professionalism and how incredible they are, as far as their talent goes.
Yeah, that's kind of the way where I was going with the whole funk thing. Like, you could play one funk album for the whole album, and it really doesn't sound like it's 10 songs from the same group all the time.
Exactly. It's something different. And that's the interesting thing, too, like about funk music, is you can change it ever so slightly just with the bass, and it can sound, at least from my perspective, it can sound like a completely different type of song.
What the fuck are you laughing about?
I'm going to tell you what I'm laughing about. You fat fuck. You set the rules. I can understand Tommy breaking the rules. But you and I, on Friday night, these are the rules. And you broke them. You Mark Giacchini motherfucker.
I didn't break them. Look, we were allowed 7 positions. I still have 7 positions.
We did it on a technicality, and you're whining like a bitch.
Listen to you now.
I still have 7 people. All right, so I haven't even dropped my last flex player in yet.
After your 7-horn section and your flute player,
No, so it's only 2 because
right.
I don't need a singer.
All right,
it's still 7 dudes.
All right, I'm shutting up.
Or ladies, if I can. I just didn't find any I liked.
All right. Next time you make the rules, be prepared. I'm going to break every one of them.
I'm going to break all the rules. All right, so now that we're talking about breaking rules, let's see what Chris has got for a flex spot.
Flex 1 or Flex 2? Which one do you want?
Let's go Flex 1.
Flex 1, okay. Much like you guys' bands, I have 3 potential singers. Michael Paulson's going to lead the way. Zach Wilde can sing. Lemmy can sing. But I want somebody who can do background vocals that could match up with Michael Paulson. I want Michael McDonald in this band.
Dude, he was on my list. He was on fucking short list. He's sung back up.
That's out of left field.
He's sung back up for more bands than anybody in the history of
Christopher
anybody.
Cross is the one that comes to mind the quickest. Was it Ride Like the Wind?
That also Toto.
Yep.
There was other songs he's done.
Oh yeah, if you walk through any Target anywhere in the history of America and you hear a song, Michael McDonald's going to be singing backup vocals on that song.
Shine, sweet freedom.
No, that was the soundtrack to
Running Scared.
Yeah.
Running Scared. Love that movie.
All right, so nobody vetoed that. That's good.
No, I like that.
Absolutely love that.
All right, so my first flex player, this would be for bass, is Pete Entwistle.
Wait, John Entwistle?
John Entwistle,
All right.
sorry.
That's all right, Ace Chris. You can
No,
just
I
keep
had
going.
like 3 names run together here.
John Meatwhistle.
John Meatwhistle.
Wait, I thought that was the guy that works at the corner.
That's my porno name.
Oh, sorry.
Bobby
John
Meatwhistle.
John Entwistle. Again, going with... I could plug and play him with Flea and put him in with Buddy Rich as a drummer, and he'll just kind of like fall in place. And just, he's a guy that can read the room and read the stage and how his part and position fills in with the band.
Understood.
So that's my first flex.
Okay. Herm's got 6 more flexes, so we're gonna sit back and wait for him to bring the Miami Sound Machine in as his fucking flex position.
Okay, no, actually I have one more spot.
Okay.
One more, because that would be the 7 positions.
God.
It's the job of a manager to reallocate his stuff.
Oh my Lord.
It's the job. All right, so my auxiliary flex position is Stevie Wonder.
You have my attention.
Just for keyboards and his musical talent ability, as well as his ability to do lead vocals or backup vocals or play other instruments.
Nice.
I dropped him in, and this was why, with the use of that last flex position, that's when I realized I don't need a lead singer. There's 4 of them in the fucking band.
Exactly. Bingo.
Listen. Oh my Lord. Off top of my head, before we go into the next pick, Tommy, you guys got a head coach yet there in Minnesota?
Rumor is that it's the It's the offensive coordinator of the Rams.
Get on your knees and thank the gods in the heavens that you're not getting Harbaugh.
Well, you want to know something about that? I was indifferent one way or the other because I'm not a great football mind like you are. And there was a lot of people here in Minnesota that really wanted to see that happen. And when it didn't happen, it got really ugly up here. And even to the point where one of the guys who was the mainstay on the local sports radio just went off about how this is just going to be yet another thing in a long list of bad mistakes. And within a year or so, if this new coach isn't winning, everyone's going to be like, why didn't you hire Harbaugh? So it's really bad here.
Oh, I'd like to sympathize with you, but we don't suck any less than you do in Atlanta, so.
True. And look, I really like Kwesi, the new general manager. I like what he stands for. I thought he seemed really interesting. So I'm going to let him do his job. It can't get any shittier than it was.
Hey, they're selling my fucking team. So,
are they really?
Yeah.
You know what I heard about?
Really?
You know what I heard
Yeah.
about the Broncos? I heard they're going to move them to the Philippines.
Manila folders.
The Manila folders. There you go.
Yeah, no, they announced that they announced last week the Pat Bowlen Trust and the NFL are in the process of starting the selling process for the Broncos. I don't know. I'm so scared.
Vince McMahon is going to buy your team.
I'm so fucking scared, bro. I'm so scared.
It's the XFL all over
Why,
again.
though?
But
Do you think they'll move him or
Hold on.
I don't.
I want to hear what
No,
Tommy has to say. Go ahead.
He wants to know if I think they're going to move him or not. No, I don't think they're going to move him. I think anybody that came in and tried to move the Broncos would just be like, would just fucking disappear. Like they're not going to. Denver's not going to tolerate that shit. You know what I mean? They're like somebody came in and somebody even spoke the words like he just come up missing. The Cholos would make him disappear.
Oh my God!
bro.
Listen to you.
Straight up, he would just disappear. No, my issue is the way that the team's run, and it's run well, and the team's done a lot of good, and I'm just not. We don't know who the possible owners are, and you and I both. Every. The band stays the same, but you change the manager, and it's a completely different fucking band now.
Sometimes for the better.
Sometimes for the better, but the problem is you can't find you don't know that it's to the better until you're on your second tour after you've gone through the first tour.
Dynamite drop in. Guys, listen to this week's Three Sides of the Coin where they interview Larry Mazer, who told Gene Simmons to knock off this shit and become a musician again.
But that's what it is. I mean, you don't know if the new management is good until you realize the new management is good.
I didn't realize we were going to go down this rabbit hole.
Well, and the nice thing, though, too, is that they don't have L.A. to hang over people's heads anymore. L.A. is done.
Yeah.
They have two teams there now, so the chance of someone moving, where are they going to move? Denver's a great place, and it should have football. So at least you don't have to worry about that. But, yeah, if you end up with a Daniel Snyder type owner, or, God forbid, what's his nuts down in Dallas? Jerry
Jones.
Right. I mean, you end up with somebody who comes in like Jerry Jones, who's got a fucking God complex.
Yep.
And next thing you know, your $3.4 billion establishment is shit.
Yeah.
Are we ready for a flex position now?
I think we're ready for a flex position now.
Call it out.
All right. So Tommy gave his.
Oh, that's right. He's all set.
He's all set. I'm all done. I've used mine as I substituted for. I called an audible.
Oh, fuck. No, you cheated is what you
called an audible.
Okay, I'll buy it. I may as well.
All right.
I'll just dump it out.
Burns, what's your last flex position?
I want a keyboard player. I want someone who can mimic the guitar parts or just add thickness to the song. Names came up for me like Gary Corbett, Derek Sherinian, David Bryan, but I kept going back to one name and one name only, and that's Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Powell.
Okay.
Palmer.
Okay.
You have your life, I have mine. They're both the same. It's like Van Halen, Van Hagar. Let it go.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
To me, ELP will always be
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I got you. But it's, the Emerson always stayed.
Yeah.
So I win.
See, there you go.
No, that's a good pick.
Game, set, match, bitch.
Keyboards are important to certain bands, and it's a good dynamic to throw into the mix.
It even thickened up Iron Maiden in the late 80s, where it was still Iron Maiden, but you had a little bit of the keyboard flavor in
Well, you
there.
remember when Eddie Van Halen got shit for including keyboards in 1984?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a guitarist anymore. He's a keyboard board player. But that evolved into different things throughout the rest of their career.
Yeah, but those are asshole gatekeepers who weren't appreciative of the fact that Eddie played more than one fucking instrument.
Exactly, and that just shows that he was actually classically trained as a pianist when he was first,
Don't touch my pianist.
Yeah, leave my pianist out of this.
and he was the original drummer.
Yes.
And then him and Alex
Switch
roles,
positions, yep.
and Eddie's like, "Fuck, I can play guitar. I'll just fucking play guitar, and perfect my keyboard skills."
And the world became a better place.
yeah,
Did. So Lynch, who's your last flex?
my last flex is a drum player. This was a real conflict for me, but
the bongos.
yeah, no, Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Again,
Incredible musician.
having seen them several times live and in concert, and one of the times I saw them was back in 2005, where they played Metallica, Master of Puppets from start to finish in a row. Holy shit! What a fucking show! And that was up here in Boston. They're Boston boys. I actually got to meet Dream Theater when I was going through college. My friend Kevin, his girlfriend lived in Boston, and I was introduced to the whole band in 1991, and kind of got a little bit of rapport with them. And anytime they would play up in that area, Boston, Cambridge, Rhode Island, I would go see them.
Did you know I did religious ministry for Jim Henson back in the day? They called me the pastor of Muppets.
Yeah, Pastor Muppets.
The pastor of Muppets.
But again, that show, yeah, he's got issues. But again, that show was just fucking phenomenal. Just a tight technical drummer. But again, flexible. He can go through a jazz riff and then lead right into a metal riff and lead right into just a straight 4/4 rock and roll riff at the drop of a hat.
Nice.
And to me, that's the important part of my band that I would want is the ability to go from one genre to the next. And much to like Mike's point, you get guys like Portnoy would sing backup vocals for Dream Theater as needed. Flea would sing backups with Chili Peppers. Satriani, when he was actually singing, and he actually hired a singer to sing for him, he would sing backup. I mean, you have to have a plug-and-play band that you can, like, all right, you're not going to sing this song, I'm going to sing this song. Let's switch out this guy for this guy, and let's just, like, go from there. Another flex I had, but I didn't really stand by it, only because, I don't know, I think he was more of a encapsulated in a time, was David Coverdale for lead singer.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not a horrible singer, but he had his time and he had his place. If you were to put him in a modern situation,
Can make it work.
he could make it work. He's not the most terrible vocalist on the planet, but he still, I mean, Whitesnake, Deep Purple, I mean, his own...
Right.
his
Coverdale
own-
Page.
Coverdale Page, his own little side projects.
Do we want to run down our bands before we say goodbye to Tommy? Starting with Tommy, just read them off, your band as it stands.
Sure. I'll start guitar, Charlie Starr. Lead guitar, John Five. Bass, Philip Schaus. Drums, Butch Vig. And then Sheryl Crow and Susanna Hoffs.
Okay.
Like it.
So my band was Michael Paulson on vocals. Rhythm guitar was Zach Wild. Lead guitar, Dimebag Darrell. Bass was Lemmy. Drums, Keith Moon. Backup singer Flex 1 was Michael McDonald. And Flex 2 on keyboards was Keith Emerson.
All right, so my band, starting with singer was Ian Asbury, lead guitarist Joe Satriani, rhythm Tony Iommi, bass Flea, drummer Buddy Rich, and my two flexes were John Entwistle and Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater.
Very
Both
cool.
one on bass, one on drums.
And now the rule breaker extraordinaire, who set the rules.
Set the rules and broke them. Said, fuck it.
Well, if I make them, I can break them, right?
Pretty much.
I get a strategy here because you know what? There are. I had this confliction too with like some of my picks. Like,
But all of ours really had the kind of the same theme. You could have my band, your band, Tommy's band, Mike's band.
Any one of them could.
Any one of them could. You have 3 to 4 singers that could. Well, I'm not going to have Michael McDonald sing over a Dimebag Darrell riff, but you saw. Yeah.
You could be onto something now.
I could.
All right, so my band was on drums, Questlove. Bass guitar was Thundercat. Rhythm guitar was Nile Rodgers. Lead guitar was Prince. My first auxiliary position was Stevie Wonder. And I rotated my singer spot into another auxiliary spot, so I added a 2-man horn section.
Don't forget, coming up, he will also have the E Street Band as one of his picks.
That's right.
Clarence Clemens.
Oh,
Bring it on.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see how badly you guys get ripped for this episode, because I'm sure there'll be a bunch of people going, what do you mean you didn't? No one picked Eddie Van Halen. No one picked Randy Rhoads. No one picked... It's coming.
Oh no, absolutely, and especially with me being the
We
Kiss,
hope so.
With me being the Kiss guy, someone, and I guarantee his initials are JC, are gonna be like, "Dude, you didn't pick Eric Carr, you goofy bastard," and that call will be coming on Wednesday after he listens to the show.
Well, again, I think a lot of it encapsulates.
No, we
like,
brought in the Eagle.
yeah, encapsulates the moment in time that they were like at their best and their popularity.
And how they fit together.
And I was looking more at a perspective of I could pull any one of these guys, except for the dead one, and put him on a stage and make it work. You know what I mean? It just made more sense to me to do that than go to people from the 70s and 80s that they rode their coattails in fame and they got to where they needed to be. And Kiss was one of those bands where it's like plug and play. You take this guitarist out, put this one in. Take this bassist out, put this one in. Oh, the drummer died. Pull this guy out, put this guy in.
You are treading real thin ice right now, my friend.
Well, Kiss is a band. It's like Spinal Tap. Honestly.
The drummer didn't explode. He died of cancer.
It's like
Kiss's amplifiers don't go up to 11.
That's a good point.
But it's like Spinal Tap. As long as I find a guy that is marginally as good as the previous person, I can put on a show.
Mark St. John.
I'm done with you guys.
I can put on a show that people are going to enjoy, and I'm going to get my fucking motherfucking revenue at the door and sell my fucking merch. I mean, you got to look at bands like Metallica. They've replaced 2 players in 35 years. One died in a bus crash. The other quit because he felt he wasn't appreciated. And they're still they actually still go strong. Granted, they have changed their outlook and the way they...
Yeah, I mean, like they never put on makeup, then took off makeup, then put the makeup back on
I've
again.
seriously had enough of you two right now.
Chris, you know how I feel about Kiss. I don't think they're a bad band.
I do think they're a band, though.
They are a band.
The gentleman on the phone happens to have the #1 Kiss podcast
in
in the world.
I understand that.
And you're taking a serious piss on it.
No, I appreciate...
No, just you.
It's like, to me, music is subjective. It's like trying to tell one person that pizza here is better than pizza there.
You can't beat pizza here.
I've always believed that if you're not a Kiss fan, it's because you simply haven't listened to them.
You're in Minnesota. You have no clue what good pizza is.
Yeah, there might be some truth to that.
It could be
like I'm pretty sure it's like sand and it's like sand and some glue.
He has come out to the East Coast a couple times. Been in New York. He has had good pizza at one point in his life.
Take him down to New Haven.
Yeah, no, actually, there's a couple of places here in Minnesota that the pizza is phenomenal. But then again, you'd have to argue what kind do you like, because I don't like Chicago deep dish. If I'm going to New York City, I'm going to be in Manhattan. Believe it or not, I would go to Ray's.
Chicago deep dish isn't a pizza; it's a casserole.
It's a pie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally.
Minnesota gives us other things to be appreciative for culinary food.
Hot dish.
I was just gonna say, Minnesota has this shit called hot dish. And
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a recipe, there isn't one. Your mother takes whatever leftover meat she has in the fridge, opens up 4 random fucking cans, sprinkles some rice in it, and bakes it for an hour.
Hot dish. I
Hot
forgot
dish.
about
Yeah.
that.
This is called kitchen sink fucking
For real,
baking.
and it's literally
Yeah.
a Midwest thing, and there's no 2 houses make the same hot dish ever in history.
Yeah, one hot dish could have hot dogs and rice and beans. The hot dish could have ground beef.
It's hot dish. It's as soon as I heard the Minnesota, I was like, hot dish.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Everyone knows it, but and everyone complains about it, but everyone's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but-
hey, that's good."
Yeah, but nobody's losing weight in Minnesota, so there's got to be something going on.
It's all it's the cans of cream soup.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they put in it. That's
Oh, yeah.
what hot dish is.
Cream
it's
of
like-
mushroom.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Cream
like
of chicken.
Yeah, Lynch. It's literally like it's a half a bag of tater tots I found in the fridge, a can of cream of mushroom soup, some chicken from last night's dinner. Throw that something else. There's something. Mix it all up in a
That
dish.
stuff that's turning grape. Throw that in
Yeah,
there.
you mix it all in a dish and you make a big fat casserole and you bake it and serve it. Swear to God.
Yeah, it's true.
And they ask you what's
You
for
know?
dinner, and you say hot dish, and nobody there even says what's in it. It's just
They just eat
hot
it.
dish, and it doesn't matter if
every
you go to
time it's
somebody else.
different.
You go to somebody else's house and they tell you hot dish, and you know it's different, but you don't care. It's the same.
Oh my God. I love it. Tommy, before we say goodnight, do you have anything you want to pimp, plug, or otherwise push upon the people?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
What's there to say?
If you
you're
want to
Kiss
buy a
fan-
house, go see Tommy Sommers. You want to listen to a good Kiss podcast? Listen to Three Sides of the Coin. If you want to watch shitty
who said
football,
that-
look at the Vikings. I mean, come on.
Who said that Three Sides was a good show?
It is a good show.
Oh. No, I came on here because I thought it would be fun, but I have nothing to pimp. at
All right. Nothing wrong with that. I think I did enough pimpage before you got on about your many, many wonderful qualities, and I found out now that the hot dish just kind of blew them all out of the water.
It's the hot dish, bro. It's
the hot dish.
Can't mess with the
hot
hot
But,
dish.
shit.
but there are certain types of hot dish. I'm going to leave it at that people do know. Like if you say I'd like some like Chinese hot dish, there are Chinese hot dish out there. There are like people who are doing recipes now.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. Dude, swear to God, it's hot dish fusion. Swear to fucking God.
Kind of like
Yeah.
the Spam thing in Hawaii.
Yeah, but it'll only instead of like their normal hot dish, they're opening like cans of the chicken chow mein in a can and this
Yeah,
in a can and
like
throwing
choy.
Yeah, doing it with ramen noodles and yes.
Give me a
they're-
pen. Next
yes.
time Tommy's on the show,
hot dish fusion.
create your own hot dish.
Ooh.
I like this.
Ooh, create
Well,
your
tater
own.
tot hot dish is my favorite.
Yes, mine too is that one because you can go anywhere with the tater tot. You put the tater tots
Yeah.
on the bottom, and then you can go anywhere from that. You can add cheese, a cream soup. You can put eggs on top of that, make it a breakfast hot dish.
Who invited the chef? Oh, wait.
Oh
we
wait,
did.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're ever in Connecticut, go to Noble Smokehouse and visit Herm. He makes the best barbecue in Connecticut.
Yeah, best award-winning
I
barbecue.
will actually be. I will be in Connecticut. I'm the road manager for Flip for the 3 dates with Ace Frehley coming up in May.
You're going to be anywhere near the southeastern Connecticut, New London, Norwich, Mystic area?
I couldn't tell you. All I know is that we're coming to New Haven.
Okay.
Oh, good pizza down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good pizza down
Yeah.
in New Haven.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, his name is Tommy Sommers. Tommy, thank you so much for your time tonight, and it won't be the last time I call on you.
Not a problem. It was my pleasure. Nice meeting you guys. Thanks for letting me join.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
coming
you.
on the show, Tom.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Have a great week, guys. Stay out of trouble.
You
too,
too.
Tom. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. Wow, I learned more than I needed to know about hot dish. I knew what it was, but wow, you get that Minnesotan flair on it, and all of a sudden, hot dish takes on a whole new meaning.
Well, it's like chow mein is not a Chinese dish.
No.
It's an American dish that they created for workers during the Depression. Whatever the fuck's left over, we put noodles in it, we serve it.
Chicken chow mein, rat chow mein, raccoon chow mein,
Pork chow mein,
doesn't matter. Hey, before we go,
dog chow mein.
Herm and I will be back next week. Not sure what we're going to do. hopefully on the 21st of this month. We record on the 21st. You guys will get it on the 23rd. Two Brothers Extreme Paranormal will be joining us, and sometime, hopefully, once you return, Lynch, will be Joey Casada and then Nathan Hunt, 2 separate episodes. Both of them are ridiculously upset that they couldn't do tonight. One, Nathan is putting final touches on the new record, which should be coming out in about a month or 2. Look out for that. They've dropped a couple songs on Apple Music. Go check that out. One of them is Bird Dog. Very fantastic song. Joey's just all over the place, and he's nuts. He's crazy, and he does a lot of different things. Check out his book, Start With a Dream, or the Wrestling with Joey-licious gimmick. That he's got 2 books right now that are Wrestling with Joey-licious. So please check those out. To you, my friend, we'll be here when you get back, man. Do you, and take care of you. And I can't say that enough. Take care of you.
And there's nothing saying that I can't call in during one of the episodes.
Yeah, you're going to have to run that by management. I'm not sure that's going to work.
Well, we'll try.
I don't know. Let's ask. Management, will that work?
Yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You're going to fill out your TPS reports.
If you guys are listening to this on Wednesday when it drops, please tune into the Speedway Review live on Facebook. Wednesday night, I and my team will be going over the Clash at the LA Coliseum. Wow, it was exciting, but it was also like watching full-sized bumper cars. You had a pre-race performance by Pitbull. You had a mid-race performance by Ice Cube. And believe me when I tell you, the good old boys are not happy. Based on what I'm seeing on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, the good old boys aren't happy. But you know what? The good old boys aren't everything about racing right now.
No, they're not.
I'm going to feed them their racist ass on Wednesday night.
Oh, and Herm, I agree with you. I think curling is the best fucking Olympic event.
3 fat guys, a broom, and a big-ass weight.
I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the Olympics.
Uh-oh. I hear the drums.
I hear them too.
Guys, take care of yourselves. We wish you the best in the next 5
Yeah,
weeks.
my man.
Herm and I will be with you next week. We will see you again right here on Dysfunction Junction.
Peace.